have experienced bad communication at work. I have experienced my boss using terrible profanity in front of a patron at the library. I think that was very unprofessional, and she was fired the next hour because the patron reported her to the dean. How professional. At this hour, I will be pronouncing the importance of informing staff and faculty, co-workers, on diagnosing issues with effective communication. Everyone has been placed in a job here, so we all have known or have know how the important communication in the workplace is. The importance of this topic is to mention why communication should be taken seriously. It keeps a better operation of how things flow in a working environment. Honestly, I think good communicating will keep many people employed with their previous jobs. Noticing that bad communication must come to an end, I started gathering information on the many solutions to solving bad communication. Research has shown me many things I could conquer in the workplace with good communication skills. Basically, I will state certain forms of good communication. I will also mention the values of knowing what to say and how to say it. First off, good communication has many positive virtues. Mostly, it promotes effective work environments. The book Effective Communication on the Job was created in 1963 by editors Duher et al. From the American Management Association. According to this book, it states that being within a good communication involves a manager or supervisor with good communication. It also improves the issue of communicating effectively within the workplace and how nothing can operate smoothly without it. The book notes that being a good listener is a huge part of being a great communicator. The book Effective Communication for Professionals and Executives was created in 1988 by Peter Brobuck. According to this book, writing is an aid to thought. Also, it proclaims that being professional in the workplace is mostly due to great communication, both oral and writing. On this website, Forbes, How to Communicate Effectively at Work was created on November 21st, 2011 by Susan Adams. According to this article, do ask open-ended questions that can buy time, clarify where another person is coming from, and prevent misinterpretation. Also, according to this article, finally, don't be a naysayer. If you think your colleague or boss is completely wrong about something, you can counter with an open-ended question that shows respect and a can-do spirit. Now that we have covered these specific sources that have valid stances of communication effectively, let's jump to various forms of communicating effectively. The three main forms of communication are as follows: oral, written, and listening. Oral. Oral communication is a form of communication that everyone has to participate in. It is the main source of getting information from and to other coworkers. I think oral communication should be taught to workers before entering into the workplace because without the right professionalism, there will be a terrible working environment. I'm sorry.
No, keep going.
I'm sorry. Written. Without written communication, there are many ways of processing this communication. First off, there is email. Email is important because the workplace nowadays are based on a lot of computer usage. By saying so, workers that are on this computer will have a faster way of communication with emails. Then there are all kinds of documents that can be used for communication like notes, letters, and etc. Listening. Listening is a very important process of communication. It is very important that we listen, not just hear what anyone is saying. Listening is more of understanding what the other person has to offer through communication. Yes, without listening, there probably will be no effective communication at all unless we have written communication, of course. Good communication is only effective if everyone is on the same terms with understanding. Yes, we have covered certain forms of communication. Now it is time to tap into effective communication with consumers. Effective communication amongst consumers is very important because we must have a consensus with our consumers' wants and needs and it must be done in a professional manner. Diagnosing an issue. Workers should know that dealing with many different people every day could be very overwhelming. However, if someone comes to a worker with an issue, it should be handled with professionalism. It doesn't matter if the workers like it or not. Effective communication with consumers is very important. Dealing with consumers' behavior. There are many consumers that will act in abnormal behaviors. However, it is the worker's job to maintain professional and try to fix the problem at hand with effective communication. Product information to consumer. Many consumers want to know information on products because they either don't know anything about it, they are testing the worker, they are actually buying the product, and etc. It is the worker's job to either let them know themselves, read the labels, buying the product is asking the supervisor and knowing information about the product. There should be everything in a worker's power to maintain an effective communication skill with consumers so that nothing gets confusing and misunderstanding. Today I have discussed effective communication in the work environment. This led to giving the different forms of communication and effective communication with consumers. So in the future advance, dealing with effective communication in the workplace could be easier than you thought. It just takes time to process things, all the while being professional. Providing effective communication in the workplace can make your job a lot easier than before. It takes time to cooperate with others and communicating on the correct terms while having everything moving smoothly with a great transition. Effective communication is power and it should be used everywhere we go. And let's communicate effectively. Thank you.